Today, we're ditching the complicated plots and diving into 10 brilliant sci-fi shows that are pure, easy binge entertainment. No homework required, just awesome stories. So welcome back to Series Finder, and let's get into the list.
We could be together forever.
You're so amazing.
First up, imagine the most stunning digital afterlife you could possibly dream of. Now imagine the customer service is a nightmare and your entire eternity is stuck behind a paywall. This show is a razor-sharp, hilarious, and surprisingly heartfelt roast of capitalism, tech culture, and what it really means to be human. The chemistry between the main lead, who's basically a sentient JPEG, and his living, breathing customer service rep is pure magic. It's one of the most original and bingeable concepts I've seen in years. I finished this and immediately started side-eyeing all my subscription services. The brilliant show I'm talking about is Upload.
I'm not family.
No. You're cargo.
All right, switch gears with me. We're going post-apocalyptic, but not in a way you've seen 1,000 times. This one hits different because the horror isn't just the monsters, it's the people. Based on a legendary video game, this series is a masterclass in storytelling. It's a brutal, heartbreaking, but ultimately hopeful cross-country journey that had me sobbing one minute and white-knuckling the remote the next. The performances are so raw and real, you'll feel like you're right there with them. Trust me, you will become emotionally attached to a character who loves puns way too much. You need to experience the phenomenon that is The Last of Us. What if your entire life, everything you've ever known was inside one giant underground silo? And what if asking why was a death sentence? The mystery in this one is so thick you could cut it with a knife. Every episode unravels another piece of the puzzle, and you will be screaming at your TV by the end of each one. It's a claustrophobic thriller with incredible world building and a heroine you will immediately root for. I started watching this and literally forgot to make dinner. My stomach was growling, but my brain was too busy being blown. The title you need to search for is Silo. Ever wondered what a workplace comedy would look like on a starfighter that's seen better days? This is it. Forget dark and gritty. This show is a pure, unadulterated blast of fun. It's a found family adventure with a lovable crew of misfits, a few well-meaning rebels, and one of the most endearing relationships ever put to screen. It's the sci-fi equivalent of a warm hug. It's funny, it's sweet, and it proves that a show can have a heart without needing to save the entire galaxy every week. Do not miss the absolute joy that is The Mandalorian.
In our time, many years from now, humanity's been all but wiped out.
Okay, time travelers, but hear me out. This is the coolest, most logical take on it I've seen. Operatives from a ruined future have their consciousness sent back into the bodies of people in the 21st century to stop the apocalypse. The rules are clear, the missions are tense, and the moral dilemmas are fantastic. It's part procedural, part grand conspiracy, and all awesome. I got so invested in this team and their host bodies that I actually dreamt about my own protocol one night. It was weird. The incredibly smart and addictive series is called Travelers.
I was in school when the ships came. They were really big.
Aliens are here, and they've already won. This is a straight-up classic resistance story. It's about a ragtag group of survivors led by a history professor turned soldier fighting back against a terrifying and mysterious occupier. It's got epic ground battles, cool alien tech, and some genuinely creepy villains. It doesn't try to overcomplicate things, it just delivers solid action, drama, and characters you care about. It's the kind of show you can just sit back and enjoy without needing to take notes. For a satisfying alien invasion story, look up Falling Skies.
I give consent to sever my memories between my work life and my...
This one is a mind-bender of the highest order, but in the best way possible. What if your work self and your home self were two different people unaware of each other's existence? The concept alone is genius, and the execution is flawless. It's surreal, suspenseful, and oddly funny, with a sterile, creepy corporate vibe that will stick with you long after you watch. The performances are award-worthy across the board. I binged this in one sitting and then spent the next week staring blankly at my own office building. The masterpiece I'm describing is Severance. 100 juvenile delinquents are sent down to a radioactive Earth to see if it's habitable. What could go wrong? Everything. Everything goes wrong. This show is a nonstop roller coaster of tough choices, tribal warfare, and moral compromises. It asks the question, what would you do to survive? Over and over again. And the answers are never easy. The characters evolve in wild ways, and the stakes just keep getting higher. It's a brutal, addictive, and wildly entertaining ride. You have to check out The 100.
It's dangerous and we really have to go now.
If you're in the mood for something truly terrifying, but not with ghosts or ghouls, but with technology, this is the infamous anthology series where every episode is a standalone story about the dark, twisted side of our modern world and beyond. From social media ratings to automated smart homes, it takes our current anxieties and cranks them up to 11. It's provocative, deeply intelligent, and some episodes will leave you staring at the credits in stunned silence. It's the show you watch one episode of and then immediately need to call a friend to talk about. You already know it's Black Mirror. And for our final pick, we've got a clone club unlike any other. This show is a masterclass in acting, with its star playing a dozen different radically unique characters, all woven into a gripping conspiracy thriller. It's smart, it's fast-paced, and it's incredibly human. The balance between the high-stakes action and the deeply personal stories of these women is perfect. It's the show that makes you laugh, gasp, and cry, sometimes all in the same scene. It is an absolute tour de force, and its name is Orphan Black. And that's our list. Which of these are you bumping to the top of your watch list? If you had as much fun as I did, do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. It really helps us out, and make sure you never miss our next Series Finder adventure. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. Until next time, happy watching. Bye.